Next up, Paul Petersen from the MUA, the Maritime Union of Australia. Thank you, Paul.
Okay. I also want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land. I'm not sure what the local mob are that we're on, but I acknowledge that we're on stolen country. This country was never ceded. I'm from Brisbane, which is Yagra and Turrbal people, and also the Quandamooka people, which own the islands off Brisbane. We work very closely with Aboriginal comrades now and in the past. I was just fortunate enough to go up to Kalkarinji, which was part of the Wave Hill Walk-Off, where the song come from, where little things from little things, big things grow. In that day, it was the WWF, which is the Waterside Workers Federation, which was the MUA now. When the Aboriginal people up in that land were being persecuted by Lord Vestey, they came to the union movement for help, and the union movement were more than happy to help in any way possible. And that day there was about 12,000 wharfies, and they all put in £1 each, which was equivalent of about 200,000 today. And they sent that back up to the Kalkarinji people and helped win that struggle. So I'm really proud to be part of the MUA, which we've always stood with the Indigenous people of this country and stood right beside them and helped fight for what is their country, and as I said, is this stolen land. To go into the MUA history, or the WWF and SUA history, is a long history and a very, very proud history that I'm so pleased to be a representative of today. Most people in this room would probably remember, or not remember, but know of the Delframe dispute, where a very small group of unionised workers changed the course of this country. They refused to load the pig iron for Japan and send it to Japan. We were threatened with military might to do it. We were threatened by corporations. We were threatened by the government. We were threatened by everybody to do it, and we refused to do it. And that is the strength of unionism. And that is the strength of a very small group of people being able to organise and change the course of history. And it's been proven many a times. We did it in, sorry, I can't, the years past me, but with the South African regime, we put an oil embargo on that regime, which Nelson Mandela personally came out and thanked the seafarers of Australia after he was released, to say that was one of the changing points of bringing that regime to the ground, was bringing the oil embargoes to that South African regime. We also refused to load ships, Dutch ships, for the independence of Indonesia. The list goes on and on and on. Earlier today, there was a speaker that really grabbed me, and that was Michelle Fay, showing the corporate strength. And she put a list up there of the corporate powers that we're all basically fighting against and willing to stand against. And it was really intimidating to look at that list of arms manufacturers around the world, and to think of the financial might behind them, which is probably bigger than most countries' financial might. It's just inconceivable, the strength that these people and the financial assets these corporations have. But it's been proven many a times, especially through the trade union movement, there's always a bottleneck, or there's always an Achilles heel to these corporations. And we've got to find that Achilles heel, and we've got to find those bottlenecks. And workers are usually there at those bottlenecks to stop them. We fight, well, this union is 150 years old this year. Maritime workers have been unionised for 150 years this year, another thing they're really proud of. So, yeah. And if maritime workers and the trade union movement as a whole has learnt anything over 150 years, it is to fight corporations, and it is to find the Achilles heels of corporations and bring them to accountability, and try and make them go to what we believe is the values of Australian values and Australian workers' values. And that's what we've become experts at, even under the current IR laws, which are terrible to deal with, really complicated and convoluted to go through. We still push forward and we still have wins. So we still, as Annette said before, the trade union movement numbers has dropped a hell of a lot. I think in the 70s it was around the 50% mark. We're just above 10%, somewhere between 10 and 12% nationally. The MUA very proudly is 95% across the docks around Australia. So we're still very, very powerful, and we're still very committed to changing Australia to a better place for workers to live in, and that includes peace is union business. And we're very proud. Our national office is very proud to be part of it. Our state office, and I'm from Queensland, is very proud to be part of that as well. And we work with IPAN, especially with Ross and Annette, consistently to try and keep that momentum going. Sorry, all right, yeah, I'll have to wrap up. But I just want to say it's been an exceptional day. It's been a bit overwhelming, the information, but yeah, it's thank you for all the speakers and thanks for the invitation. Thank you.